What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link in discount code down in the description. But my discount code, guys, it's not doing much for you these days because right now, Steel is in the midst of one of their biggest sales of the year, the summer sale. Go ahead and click the link. Go over if you want some of the best tasting protein powders, but specifically, if you want some of the best tasting vegan protein powders, which is the ones I prefer. They are going to be one of the best options in the market. Go over there, stock up, try some different flavors, save some money. And by the way, if you spend enough, they'll give you some free stuff in return. And I live read these, and I've thought to myself, how much of my life could I save if I just pre-recorded this? And I said to myself, I've used the same glance LED image for just a little too long, and I don't just want to talk about watching sports or playing video games. I want to talk about watching one of my favorite TV shows, the Chucky series, and how you can stay up to date with everything going on. Real time, even though the Orioles game was over, but I get live updates, NBA, NHL. When the NFL season starts, I can't wait to see the Colts update with that horseshoe and the win, and hopefully Anthony Richardson back behind the helm. You guys are absolutely going to love the Glance LED. As I've told you, one of the very few products I can tell you changed my routine in my life. I wake up every day, I turn this thing on, and I absolutely love it. Whether I'm here working, whether I'm putting together content, whether I'm playing a video game, watching TV, I always know what's going on in the world of sports with my Glance. Now, we are going to talk about this leak. Last time I talked about this, some of you got very irritated. Someone actually even made a whole video about it. The fact that some of you don't understand how business works is astonishing to me. If you think for one moment that Sony, NCAA football teams don't have full control over what's going on, if you think that EA Sports is just going to sit there and let other companies release their media, their material, and not do anything about it, you absolutely have no idea what you're talking about. There is no accident here, okay? Now, what I find most intriguing about this, and some of you have caught on to this, we're 2 months away from this game. You know how much gameplay we've seen? 0. Should be a big red flag, but I know, we ignore the red flag because we want the game back so bad. So the other issue I have is we just talked a couple days ago, Kirk Herbstreit came online, talked about, glowing about EA. How great they focused on this game, how the lines he's recorded really shows the passion, dedication to make it its own game for Madden, and how he knows, beyond the shadow of a doubt, EA is dedicated with this new team to NCAA football. But he said he hadn't seen gameplay. So how does this get over to the Longhorns media team? How do they post it on Twitter? And seemingly no one cares. Now, if I had, in the past, put up something from EA Sports that wasn't meant for public consumption, do you know how long they would have taken to go over to YouTube and pay a knock on my digital door and say, hey, Ryan, take that clip down? Quick. Very quickly. So trust me, we're still in this infancy stage of trying to build hype, trying to promote this game, and we're doing it, in my opinion, in a dishonest way. At this point, listen, if you're really proud of what you built, if you think you've got the best football game on the market, well, then just show us the game. Don't accidentally have a PlayStation Store leak. Don't accidentally have college teams or players start leaking things. Just show us the game. Put up a full quarter. Put up a full half. Heck, put up a full game. Let us be the determining factor whether we're going to be excited about this game or not, because this doesn't show us a whole lot. Now, I know people will overanalyze and people will say, the buildings look awful in the background. The environment looks really bad. This looks like it's copy and pasted on the crowd. Wow, is this out of a PS2? I'm not going to sit there and do that. I know that there's people that will, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, this is just pretty much a rendering of a stadium. It doesn't show us anything. but it's how we got to see it that's the most important. You know, I think a lot of us underestimate the year that this team had off. The year this team had off could have went into so much productivity. So much productivity. How much time would it really have taken for a company the scale of EA to sit down and actually lay out a roadmap that would show us exactly what to expect, when to expect it, and why we're going to see things in that time frame? That way, if you're concerned about the dynasty mode, you would be able to look at a calendar, circle a date, and say, that's when I'm going to know. If I'm going to pre-order the game, I'm going to do it the day after or that day, because that's when I'm going to find out whether I really want this game. If you're worried about graphics, you'll be able to do the same exact thing. I really don't know why they haven't came out, had a face-to-face. Remember when they were trying to promote to the fan base that they had redone Madden franchise? I think it was maybe Madden 22, maybe Madden 23, where, they had Swami and all of them sat around the little round table, and they sat there and they waxed poetic about all the changes they made and how much they listened to us and how they were going to really make it right this time, even though they hadn't in the past, and all the ideas we had. They put them into some big magical idea bucket and they dumped it out right into Madden. I understand this is a different team, but the concepts and the customer is very, very much the same. Just sit down with us and say, listen, we know you have concerns that this is just a copy and paste of Madden, but here's all the reasons it's not. We know you have concerns about animations dictating gameplay. Here's some reasons to not be as concerned. We know you're worried about making sure that this game is going to be playable because Madden really hasn't been. And we, after all, are using the same engine. But here's all the things we did to make this game different. We know that you haven't had a dynasty mode in a long time, but we've sat down and we're going to show you exactly not just what we carried over, but what we've expanded upon. And we know that we haven't had NUT, NCAA Ultimate Team, but we're going to finally have that this year. And we want to showcase to all you gamers what you can expect with this product. We have seen none of those things happen, but we have seen how much the game is. We have seen the PlayStation Store magically have it show up. We have seen now teams magically come out with whatever this was, but it is designed to do one thing. It's designed to have me here talking to you, other content creators showing you this, and if you didn't know there's an NCAA football game coming out, well, you would now, and maybe, just maybe, you'll consider buying it, even though as a customer, you haven't been nearly as educated as you would like to be. I know I can tell you with supreme confidence, whether you guys sit here and think that I'm gloating or promoting this game, or whether I'm bashing and hating on it, the reality is, we haven't really seen enough to make an educated decision, and there is one person that's at fault for that, and it's whoever is in control of releasing footage for this game. And when it comes out, it's only going to be held under a much stronger microscope the longer we wait. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching. Hope you guys have an incredible holiday weekend. If we don't get some magical leak before then, that I'll be back to cover soon as I can with more commentary.